Hi everyone, I am Z, and today I'm bringing you a video with my first initial impressions of Blizzard's Heroes of the Storm. If you happen to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, for whatever reason, you will probably already know that I have been freaking out because I managed to somehow land myself an invite into the technical alpha, which is just, oh my god, it's amazing! I can say I've kind of been silently obsessing over the game for a little while now, and it was just, I got an email one day at work, and I was about ready to call in and say, no, I'm going home now, boys, I've got games to play. But enough of that, I've been playing this game, and I've been having a hell of a lot of fun, and I figure I'll just sort of, for people who don't know what the game is, or people who might be interested in checking it out when it does come out, it'd be interesting to hear sort of what an initial opinion of someone who hasn't really played MOBA games before is. I'm going to stay away from talking about graphics and how well the game runs on the system because, let's face it, it's an alpha stage right now. Anything can change, and you're going to see from the video that I'm going to put in the background, it runs pretty well anyway. I mean, I don't have the most decent power computer. I think the very first thing that you notice when you load up the game is that it just seems very easy to get into. There doesn't seem to be quite a lot of choice and complexity that you do find in games like League of Legends or Dota. That was one of the things that really turned me off when I did have a little play of the game. You jump in and there's hundreds of items and different makeups for the characters and runes to do and all that kind of stuff, and it's difficult to really feel like you're doing anything or you know anything or can have an effect on things, I guess, by seeing all that kind of stuff. In Heroes of the Storm, not so much. You start up the game, you choose a character and you jump into a match. That's pretty much it. So initially it's inviting, it's open, it wants you to play, and like that's the big thing I'm going to emphasize with pretty much all the points I'm going to say. The game is fun. Blizzard have done as much as they can to make the game rewarding to play, but fun as well, which is great. I guess I'll talk about the heroes. The heroes all do feel really, really unique, and they are all very interesting to play as well. And for people who are fans of Blizzard's game, it all comes from their series. You've got your Warcraft heroes, Diablo heroes, Starcraft heroes, and the best thing is, while there's only 27 heroes available at the moment, there's such a deep set of story and lore that Blizzard have saved up from their 3 major titles that there are so many cool characters and interesting things to pull out of there, and a game like this, they're definitely going to add more heroes. They're not just going to stop with these ones. There are just some that you look, if you're familiar with the lore in these games, you're going to look and go, how haven't they chosen this character? Why isn't this one in there? Which is great. Now, to add on to the heroes, you have a talent system. So rather than League of Legends and Dota where you have to build towards certain items, instead you improve your characters via talents that are gained at certain points in leveling up. Your first one you get at level 4, I think, from off the top of my memory, and then every 3 or so levels after that. You only get a few little choices, so they have streamlined that sort of talent system to make it simple and easy to do, but at the same time, each choice you make feels like it's a useful choice and it's going to affect the way that you play your character, I guess, how you'll interact with the others, including your teammates and that as well, which is great. It doesn't feel like going one way is going to gimp you. You can choose to focus on damage. I mean, they do have, like, you'll notice when you do play, and if you do watch a lot of footage of this, it sort of has, like, you can see a progression that, you know, here's a set of damage talents. If you take these, you're going to get better at dealing damage. There's other ones that sort of focus more on being survivable or different support abilities, that kind of thing. But there's nothing saying that you can't choose, I'll take a damage one, and, well, it seems like we're getting our asses kicked, so we need a few support things. So here's a shielding one or a stun or that kind of thing. And that said as well, it doesn't feel like you're actually gimping your hero by half and halving as well. What else to talk about? The game has a good variety of maps. The other thing that I noticed in League of Legends and Dota is that you pretty much play one map. You play your Summoner's Rift, and that's it. Which, I mean, in the end, it gets boring. I don't want to play the same thing over and over. Heroes of the Storm, you get 4 different maps, and the cool thing about the maps is, instead of just laning and killing creeps and killing towers, there are many different objectives to take as well. In addition to mercenary camps that will help you in your lanes. Say, take for instance, Blackheart's Bay. Blackbeard sounds like pirate name. Blackbeard's Bay. There are certain objectives you can take, a treasure chest where you get doubloons, and once you hand in a certain amount to Blackheart, who is Blackbeard, whatever his name is, in the middle of the map, once you hand in enough, he will use his pirate ship to bombard the enemy's towers and structures. It's a map that can actually be won without your heroes ever attacking the enemy's buildings whatsoever. The Cursed Hollow, where you must collect tributes to give to the Ravenlord I think it is, which will end up causing, once you get enough anyway, will cause the minions on the other side to have very reduced health, will stop their towers firing on you. It makes, I guess, the general formula of a MOBA into something a little bit more interesting. It gives you things to do, and because of that, it sort of takes the focus away from the idea of team fighting and last hitting and that kind of thing. You can do a lot of different things. Sure, you can definitely do that. There are a lot of cool matchups that can happen, but it's not the only focus. You don't just have to team fight in a lane. You can go off and capture a shrine, or collect doubloons, that kind of thing. And I mean, that makes it so that, you know, if you want to go off and do solo things, you can. But as I said, the big thing, the big hood that goes over the whole lot is this game so far, to me, is fun. As someone who did want to try out and, you know, get into League of Legends and Dota, and was turned away by the community and the choice and that kind of thing, this is refreshing, and this makes me think, heck yes, I can get into this, I can do something, I can have a lot of fun with this. And again, fun is the big sort of thing there anyway. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you've enjoyed the footage I've put in here from just a couple of little games that I messed around with. Do remember the game is still alpha, so plenty can change. But that being said, I hope to bring you a bunch more videos of Heroes of the Storm in the near future. But until then, I will see you later. Z out.